This is a sample chapter from Fitton books. Chapter 1. The inner vengeance spread over Altashar like a severing deathclaw devouring life. Trevor held his father's strong, calloused hand and followed the Montaigne down the rock terrace mountain trail. Black smoke trails flumed toward the gray clouds above. The silver cluster ships had spun out of the vermilion skies with a gruesome energy attack on the village, convincing Trevor that the Montaigne survivors would stay on the run. He had only seen a few huge green corpses strewn across the river sands. His father called them creods. They towered over the Montaigne, had thin bodies and heads larger than the Montaigne foodstuff bags. Yellow crusted blood leaked from their open wounds, and pink fangs framed their little mouths. The blue-black mesh eyes bore a little resemblance to his smaller Altasharian eyes. Trevor longed for the world before the cluster attacks. The advanced scout leaped over the trail rocks and the Montaigne stopped. "It is written that the inner vengeance dwells within the Creod race. It is an evil that advances to destroy the Mantari. They behead the conquered and keep their skulls in cluster ships." "How can we stop them?" cried Sator. "By resonating to oneness. Only by becoming one through Tabun Shah can we destroy the inner vengeance." "We must flee the mountains from them." "We cannot leave the mountains," said the scout. Sator held his shoulders. "Why not? The cluster ships occupy the skies and cover the land all the way to Tarsan City. There is no way to cross without being seen." Many Montaigne members voiced sadness at the news. Too many Altasharians were already dead. His father said they had joined with Tabun Shah. Trevor's own mother and sister ran from the attack last week. The scout yelled over their chatter. "Wait! Wait! We have another course. We do. We follow the ancient legends. Listen to what the learned ones have taught us and find Tabun Shah. We may be the last of the Altasharian people. Tabun Shah is the last hope for all Mantari." Trevor's father stepped forth from the confusion. "The scout is right. It is said that the shrine of Tabun Shah contains the passageway to other worlds." "That is only a legend," said a little man named Aok from across the circle. One of the white-bearded learned ones held up a worn and faded red book. The Montaigne fell to the ground as he lowered the book and opened it slowly in dusk's orange light. Trevor tried to hear his weak voice. "The Tabun Shah ruled the Mantari, our sacred people. Hear the word of Tabun Shah. We have left our mark. The Bunshaf stretches to the sky. It is clear. The haven, a respite from the inner vengeance. It is the door to other worlds and forever. Where the Carpin meets the Beverlton above the Sempa. The way is set forth to the circle of one. Trust your convictions, and the passage shall be made clear. The way of Tabun Shah." Thunder again rumbled down the canyon. Trevor scrambled behind the rocks and blocked his ears as green flashes lit the clouds. The first blast was muffled and far away, yet the ground slowly shook. His father's arm locked around his back as pebbles and sand trickled down the cliffs. The mountains protected the Montaigne from the cluster probes. The Creods could not attack as long as the Montaigne hid below the rock ledges. The battle was distant as the afternoon light darkened. Occasional blasts soon faded and the frightening flashes stopped. The Montaigne stayed under the ledge until the cluster ships were gone. Trevor's father hoisted him into the evening air. He raised his arm and spoke loudly. "You heard the learned one, between the Carpin and the Beverlton. The two most prominent sky features, and seen only in the upper part of our planet. meeting at the portion of the sky, directly overhead, the Sempta. Trevor let his inner soul be taken by the truth as he resonated to the oneness of Tabun Shah. Yet his head sensed the need to find the shrine and escape the Kriot invaders. He resonated deeply and fell with the others to the ground. Loftus could not halt his mind's journey away from the wavery white light. Phil snapped his fingers and shook his shoulders. A befuddled look swept across his balding friend's thin face. After 10 sessions under deep hypnosis, Phil should have already deciphered this Kriot stuff.